frequency awaits.
Hurry, Donnie, hurry.
Solidarity.
I know, right? We're all freezing with Eric here. Welcome, everybody, and welcome to another Dad Hat Chronicle sports show. It's going to be an interesting night. I don't understand. I think we're all called. I'm probably going to end up taking this off because I'm already sweating in this thing, so I can't do this for too long. I just want you to know this. But welcome, everybody, to another Dad Hat Chronicle sports show. My name is Ed Rivera, also known as the Dad Hat. With me, I have my set of co-hosts. See, I'm already putting the sleeves up. I'm already putting the sleeves up. I can't do this. I should probably open up a window or something. All right, with me, I have Patrick, the MILB Head History Series person himself. You change your thing, man. I can't do this,
So there's a reason why. I did a podcast with a mutual friend of ours, Ed, the other day, and I couldn't keep the influencer on there, so I had to switch.
Is that so?
I'm trying to fix it now.
Okay, good man. But you know what? As you're trying to fix it, please tell me, what are we drinking and what are we wearing tonight? What hat are we wearing, my friend?
Well, it's frigid here. I mean, I feel like I'm at a baseball game in Wichita, but it's freezing here, first of all. And
or Lambeau.
Sorry.
Lambeau.
It's freezing at Lambeau. Anyways, I am wearing, I'm going to let my ears freeze for a minute. I'm wearing the Oklahoma City Baseball Club and wearing their 89ers hat. So maybe a one season look, but a cool look for it to start out. And then tonight, I guess I'm probably cold because I was with my guy, Logan Paul, and I got Cherry Freeze Prime. So that's probably why I'm freezing, because like all that hydration I'm getting from this cherry freeze.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to put my hood up. I'm sorry, but that's what I got tonight. And shout out to the chat. Thank you all for joining us. And
David is loving the hat. It's a nice hat. I like it. I might be getting that like in a dad version. So I like it a lot. What's up, Virgil? How you doing, my friend?
Virgil?
All right. So with me today, also, I'm going to go down from Patrick here, the mayor himself, in parts unknown. Ooh, that is a nice shirt, brother. Ooh. I like it. What are we wearing? What are we drinking tonight?
I've got the Raleigh beer T-shirt. Although, are you still going Saturday?
I am.
If they have this same shirt with the Trophy Brewing on the bottom, would you grab me one of those, please?
We will talk. Absolutely.
Okay. So the hat I'm wearing is this nice 47 brand Captain snapback. It's got the World Series logo from 1996 World Series. I attended Game 3 in Fulton County Stadium. So I saw this online the other day other week, and I was like, I got to get this. So this is nice, and it's wool too. It's a wool hat. Got the green underbill, nice classic look. And we're kind of in between spring training day and our last day of spring training, getting ready to head into opening day. So I figured I'd throw this on tonight. And what I'm drinking, I stopped at the store, grabbed some local Ohio stuff. I got the Polka City Pilsner. And so this here is from from Goldhorn Brewery in Cleveland. I believe this is that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on East 55th Street in Cleveland, Ohio.
East 55th. I know East 55th well.
I figured you might know where that was at. I don't know.
I do.
And that poker reference is really relevant this week.
You know what's funny?
Exactly. That's what caught my eye too, is the polka reference.
You know what's funny though? Like when you say the East 55th in Cleveland, and you say like things like that, it's like one is going to be in a area where is a lot of commercial buildings that are no longer in use, so they're being repurposed in a not so nice area. So how's that?
Yep, there you go.
That's how usually it goes. So awesome.
I'm gonna switch to a darker beer later. I started with a Pilsner. I'm gonna go with I'll go ahead and say it now so I don't have to interrupt the show, but later you'll see me even in the morning coffee porter, and this is also from the same brewery
nice
in Cleveland. So
I love it. Love it. I do love that t-shirt though. I'm gonna have to get me that t-shirt this weekend. They do. I'll say it in a second. But let's go with.
All right, this is from a different brewery. I messed up. I messed up there. This is from Immigrant Son Brewing. Sorry.
All right, Mr. Influencer himself. He is somewhere tonight. He is at a bar. What is going on, Stadium Food Girl? Talk to me, Mr. Influencer. Where you're at? What you're drinking?
So you guys just missed the seventh inning stretch. So I'm here at Wichita State. Sorry, it's super loud. They have the music going on. Hold on. Talk amongst yourself. I'll come back to you in just a second.
So, okay, sounds good. Perfect. Awesome. Great show that we have here. We're all professionals here. All right, I am wearing my Space Cowboys dad hat today, but I'm also drinking some water in a shaker bottle that I put, these awesome looking stickers. But yes, this Saturday, 1:00, I will be over the brewing company hanging out with MLB Rally people. They have some beautiful hats they're going to be releasing, especially their new one, the NC one that they have. Oh my God, the new logo designed by you-know-who, right? Mr. Ryan Foose. So I can't wait. I'm probably going to try to get a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat. I'll talk to you, Donnie, about that the brewing company t-shirt for sure.
All right.
And if they have hats, I'll let you know as well.
Okay.
All right, boys. Well, let's talk a little bit. You know what? Let's do that. I want to give you guys some updates on the NCAA bracket challenge. Okay. So as of right now, let's see let's go down the list. First place, had her up. Joe is in first place. Mike Holsinger is in second place. Paul Caputo and myself are tied for third place with my buddy from work, Steve Yo. He's also there. Then we got Mr. Pat Larson in sixth place. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fall from grace after one day. Whew.
Yeah, Mr. Nikoski, Brad Nova, all the way from Canada. Following you, Mr. Mike Sellers, Eric Lichtenberg, Donnie Weiss is in 10th place. My wife actually is in 12th place right now. And then if we keep going to, let's see, 19th place is Mr. Eric Prophet.
Yes, sir. When you know too much about basketball, you always do the worst.
That's right. Guessing it's where
exactly. You over analyzed it.
100%.
We all, and of course, I told you guys, I put a video on it. My wife literally that last week, she picked her ones by the mascots, which one she liked better. And so far, not so bad. So
I love Virgil's comment. He may be cold, but my bracket is colder.
Ooh, that is true, Virgil. That is true. He is not having fun. Look at him. He's like, I just need a beer right now. Warm me up.
Also, we're losing right now too, so that's not.
Bro, you should stop going to games. So far, every game you've been to, they've lost.
No, I'm 10-1 for the home teams this season.
Okay, well, how about you stop going to the games when you're on the show, because then they're losing.
I mean, yeah. But I guess that's on you guys, not me.
Oh, we're the bad luck?
Yeah.
Oh, you see how that
they hadn't lost at home when I was at a game until you guys were on here, so it's you guys.
Oh, okay. I mean, how dare us put our show on a Tuesday night?
Yeah, I'm telling you. And by the way, I wish the Kansas could pass the basketball like you pass off your problems, man.
Oh.
Why are you taking shots at me all of a sudden? Do you even have a college? Do you even have a college, bro?
Yes, and they didn't have a very good. Well, actually, I take that back. We made the tournament a couple times. Georgia State.
Eric is not having fun. This is this is so good. Just looking at his facial expressions is so gold.
So the guy that pitched right before this guy, he was 6'7", a sophomore, 6'7".
Jesus.
He was a lefty, had a huge mustache. I was like, is Randy Johnson pitching again for Oklahoma State? Or I mean, not again, but he was 6'7". But he didn't pitch at all last year because he had Tommy John. and I looked up his high school stats. He was 12-0 in high school. Well, of course, because if he was 6'7", no 4'9" kid could hit him.
Correct.
He was
True
throwing
story.
he was throwing
Hey.
96. It looked like he was throwing 80, but because he was 6'7", he was throwing 96.
Hey, that 4'9" kid could have had a good slap bunt. Okay, he could have gotten on.
He was Randy Johnson in high school, so
I was just going to say that is Randy Johnson-esque right there. The influencer and I have both been to 10+ games in 2024. Pretty well since I've been told baseball doesn't start until March 28th. I know that's crazy, right, Zach? I had to actually catch myself. I said Major League Baseball starts this weekend. Major League Baseball, right? We have baseball year round. So speaking of baseball, not a whole lot of controversy going on, right? Not a whole lot in the world of baseball that we can talk about. Actually, not just baseball, but basketball, especially with gambling, right? I mean, two very interesting stories that have been that have popped up lately. One in the NBA, which was you got to be the dumbest person to really even try to do this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, how dumb can you be to really try to do this? So for all of you that don't know, in the NBA, for the Toronto Raptors, I think it's their backup center who decided that he's going to shave some points, do the usual stuff, right? Porter on betting. So someone bet $20,000 on the under. Home of the Fighting Commuters. That's good.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I think he knows a little bit about something, right? So they put $20,000 on the under to bet the under, and then to even make it even more obvious, he took himself out just so that bet can hit. I mean, really, you don't think that DraftKings or any of these betting websites are going to not notify the NBA or any of the authorities about, hey, you guys want to take a look at this dude?
Yeah.
Ed, what are you talking about? Reese Davis told me there is no there's no risk in betting.
No,
Reese Davis told me. So
these guys, they want it all at once. I mean, you got to play the long game, low and slow like barbecue. Small bets over time.
They got cocky.
You can't throw 20 grand out there like that on somebody nobody even ever heard of and not think you're going to get caught, not going to get caught. So
how you really $20,000? And usually
who
there's a maximum bet on things like that anyways, especially for a backup. Right. A backup.
Who would have thought that Roger Goodell would be the one commissioner that's sitting there not even worried about this right now?
I like what Joe says. Sports betting is risk-free investment.
Reese Davis told from the gospel of Reese Davis.
There you go. So who would have thought that it would have been Roger Goodell that would just, because of some rule changes that have been made, it is for the lack of a better word, right? It's back, the back page story this week. Betting is from full page, and then we haven't even touched on what's going on with Ohtani. We'll get there in a second. But seriously, do they not know or realize that they're betting, these betting companies are going to tell the NBA they don't want to lose their access to any of this.
Yeah, they monitor all of these sites, monitor unusual activity and high bets on certain things that are out of the ordinary. And these guys should have already learned that based on, Calvin Ridley and the Alabama baseball coach and some of these other guys that have made news for doing stuff that they thought was under the radar. Who would have thought the Alabama baseball coach would be baking bets that he probably is how's anybody ever going to know who I am? Well, you bet too much in one spot, somebody's going to find out who you are because they're going to want to know who you are.
Is that why Alabama baseball won when Joe and I went there 2 years ago?
Probably.
Could be.
Also, I was wanting to see if I can put a little wager and gamble on my friendship with the Prospector.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Well, none of you wanted to take me up on prop bets for the show tonight. So
No, it's not going to happen.
Well, because we knew Ed would control those and make sure he gets all of them on his side.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
amazing how he always finishes near the top, right?
how is that even?
Oh, I'm not gonna
possible?
win. Oh, I'm not gonna win, and he's in the top 3.
I'm not. I can't. Well, anyways, listen. I can't win. Anyways, it's my own tournament. I can't win.
You can create another dad hat and get yourself another dad hat. You can win.
I could, but I'm not. That if, and this is capital I, capital F. If I win, I'm giving it to whoever's next. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna keep it. Now I got plenty of t-shirts that I've made for myself and hats. I got plenty of dad hat. So we're good on that. Stadium Food Girl, is anyone going to any opening day games this weekend? I can't. I don't think I am. No, I want to. I might go to an opening day for the Salamanders, so I might do that. I'm doing.
I was hoping the Guardians. I was hoping the Guardians were going to open up here this weekend while I was here, but they're on the road at Oakland.
They're on the West Coast.
Yeah,
they're West Coasting it. They're going to Oakland, I believe, and Seattle, and then Cincinnati after that. So they're not. They're on the road.
I like that comment by Ed there that he's donating hats all of us.
That's really generous, Ed. Thank you.
Of course, it has to be. Lynn has to be included in this, as you can see.
I mean, you are so magnanimous. I mean, you're just backing up what you said you were going to do. I love it.
This is what I do. This is what I do.
Yep.
This is
I
what
love
I do.
I had hope, and you were wearing it on your hoodie.
Hope right here, baby.
There it is.
This is one of my favorite hoodies, though, because this is so comfortable. Shout out to Old Navy right here, baby.
Nice.
Clearance section at Old Navy.
I hope they have one in my size.
Well, this is a couple of years old, so I don't think they have this one anymore.
Probably not.
Too well this year.
Val says I got Aviators home opener this Friday, Rangers Cubs Saturday, then Sugarland Space Cowboys home opener on Tuesday. Girl, so look at that, Space Cowboys right there.
Man.
That's a nice little set of games you go in there. The Aviators,
I love it.
I like that. Rangers Cubs, okay, all right now. And
I've actually
minor leagues.
I don't know about you guys. Sorry, I keep jumping in. I think mine's delayed or something. I've got opening next weekend, a couple of games with the Chili Man coming down south.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, he and I are going to go to Charlotte next Thursday and Charleston River Dogs on next Friday.
Oh, Charlotte, which is 2 hours away from me. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Come join us, Ed.
No.
Oh,
God.
sure. Now he invites you.
Yeah, right. I started
Hey,
saying something.
I was
By
the
way,
guest, so
Yeah, Charlotte's 2 hours away from me too. But have I heard from either of them? No.
Nope.
come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I think
No. I don't want to be
Patrick,
invited anyway.
I think we need to amend this. I'm donating hat to Prospector, the influencer, and Lynn. Taking the mayor out of this and for inviting us. Jose, Space Cowboys hat.
Yeah.
That
I
footwork
didn't.
is 10 minutes away from my home. Can I get a shout out to my wife, Marisa? Absolutely. Hello, Marisa. Shout out.
Hello.
Hello.
Excuse me. Hola, Marisa. And then the
Well, see,
silent object.
I'm doing what Sellers didn't do. I'm inviting you guys. So
Well,
It's okay. I didn't enjoy baseball anyway, or if that's what you thought.
none of us
Yeah.
like baseball at all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like going to a minor league stadium or like hats or anything like that. So
It's not like I have, my idol right back here, sitting right there, looking at us the whole time, but it's cool though. Don't worry about it. No, we're not interested in baseball at all. Not interested in going to have a hot dog at a ball game or a beer,
No,
peanuts or
no.
anything like that.
I'm not going to live vicariously through you if that's what you're thinking.
No, not at all. I mean, why would we do something
No.
like that, right?
No, I'm not going to be jealous at all. So just don't even think that's
That's
going to
cool.
happen.
Cool. No, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
buddy. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
what are we talking about next, Ed?
So
Yeah.
Otani. So let's talk about Otani.
Oh,
huh?
okay. Okay. Yeah. That happened.
Oh, just kidding, buddy. Just kidding. Nothing but love. We know that you didn't set this
Man, I
up.
love the mayor.
We're gonna make sure we give shit to Mike on this one. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Because literally,
I was about to
you
say,
are
man,
2 hours away, Patrick, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm 2 hours away. That's it.
Me too.
well, then
Uh,
you guys have no excuse.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you who
We're
does
not
have an excuse
invited.
is Rhonda. The great Rhonda, who is a visionary, by the way. Uh, and
Ooh.
I wouldn't tell that story. I'd let Donnie tell that story, but she's a visionary, and she wasn't invited either.
Give me the hat. I was
She's
not
always
invited
invited.
Yeah,
either.
Rhonda deserves a hat.
If
Is
I'm there,
Rhonda,
she's
Rhonda
there.
the
Except,
automatic?
except
Is
for
that
our,
what it is?
she's automatic. Except for our something palooza. That's a whole other thing. But
Yeah. So she's mad at me. I
but
hope
for
you're not
this,
mad at me for
she's
that one, Rhonda. All right, boys. Let's talk baseball. Let's talk Ohtani, because then we got to get into our picks. Of course, we haven't made our picks in a couple of weeks because we've been talking about
What we're
many,
supposed to
many
do
other things.
what we're supposed to do the Central like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, right? Exactly. All right, but let's talk about a little bit about Tiny, and then we'll get into our picks here. But guys, this story just one, it refuses to go away, and then two, the story has changed like 3 or 4 times already, which is, in a court of public opinion, that's not good. If the story changes from one day to the next.
Yeah, and I heard another version of the story recently that I don't know if you guys heard, because there were about 7 different stories out there, right, about exactly how this went down.
Yeah.
But the one that I heard actually emanates from Wichita. I heard that Ipe spoke with a certain influencer, and the influencer said, "This is how you need to bet," and he asked Ipe if he had the money, and Ipe said, "Bet," and he started pulling money from, I don't know, somewhere. He said he had the money, and I don't know. It emanated from Wichita. That's what I heard. So
I have not heard that one yet.
Okay.
No comment.
No comment.
Okay.
No comment. Got it.
Good.
But let me ask you this, because this is something that I found very intriguing and very interesting, right? The fact that like $4.5 million just come out of your account, and you don't notice that, like, do you really have that much money in your account? And two, like, like I did hear it in you probably heard this one too today, Donnie, on the Dan Patrick show, because I know we both watched that show.
Yeah.
About like, when the bank is if a bank is a Japanese bank, that there really isn't that much of a checks and balances
oversight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As it is here.
I think they said he was basically, they would be protecting him to some extent because he's Japanese.
Yeah. So, which is very interesting, right? Like that's something that, like, I'm like, oh, I did not see that, right? But then at the same time, I'm like, you've forged your whole resume at the same time. You say you work with the Yankees. You said you work with the Red Sox. And then you went to UC Riverside, which, by the way, like, you couldn't pick a better school to, like, you know what I mean? Like, to forge, if you're going to be forging it, you know what I mean? Give yourself, like, But anyways, that's neither here nor there at this point. But like,
see, I give him credit for that, because who's going to question UC Riverside versus one of the big schools?
Yeah, true. Like,
back to what I said about the low and slow. He was trying to play the low and slow game on where he went to school. And that's still, and everybody's like, well, why didn't you pick Southern Cal or you? Because that would have been more obvious. So,
yeah, exactly. So it is interesting, right? Like, I mean, which is true, right? You're talking about slow and steady. Let's just So that could be one of those things that you don't verify, but you pick the 2 most like iconic brands, like in baseball, in Boston Red Sox and the Yankees, and then like. No one caught it for 13 years that he's been with Ohtani.
Well, and you would think, I mean, they keep saying he was friends with Ohtani since they were teenagers. So you would think Ohtani would have known that was true or not to begin with. And maybe he didn't care about that part of it because it was really not relevant to him. I don't know. But Johnny.
Your shots, man. UC Riverside is the West Coast version of Georgia State.
The Prospector's catching it from the EFA guys, man.
Well, no, he came after me first, so Johnny's just getting my back.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, I guess that confirms that they both think I'm way below average. I mean, that's yeah. So
that's what you get for taking shots at people.
Yeah, you come after average guys, you get above average insults, right?
There it is. So
I mean,
what were you saying?
I was gonna say, I think in time we're going to find out that all of this. I mean, I think everybody's under the assumption, or the way the media's portrayed it, that this $4.5 million was like a very recent bet. I think this is the accumulation of what he's bet. So I don't think that much money went out at one time. Although there were some pretty big transfers in the last little bit. But I mean, if you're transferring $500,000 or something, and you're somebody that's got $700 million contract, some banks are going to be like, okay, they're not going to question that, whether they're Japanese or not. But
true, and he's already $700 million,
But
plus,
again,
and that's just the contract. We're not talking about the endorsements.
Right. So, but back to the fact that this guy's been his friend since they were teenagers. Ohtani had to suspect, at least in private, that some of the things that he had said about his background weren't entirely on the up and up. But he probably would just blow that off. I mean, like anybody would with their friends, like, oh, he's just, he's exaggerating. It doesn't mean anything. He's still a good guy. And I think, and to some extent, I think Ohtani's completely blindsided by this. I don't know if a lot of people believe that or not.
Yeah,
That he's that naive. I think he is.
Believe him though.
I do too. I believe he is really blindsided by this.
Yeah,
because they were like, they were in the dugout together the day before this broke, and like Dan was talking about on the show today. I mean, there was no look between the two of them that, hey, something's weird going on between them. It was just like business as usual until boom.
And that's what really and Zach, I haven't seen this at all. Like when the bookie said that Bookie already said that Ohtani was one of his clients. I haven't seen anything like that, so I can't speak to that, right? I mean, you're the first one to tell me this. But I'll be honest with you. It's like, if it was like other players, I mean, I hate to say this, like, but I'm having a hard time believing, because all of the stories that you are always getting is Ohtani is baseball 24/7. Like, he doesn't know any other sports. He doesn't play any of the sports. He doesn't watch any of the sports. For him is baseball 24/7, possibly soccer, maybe. I don't know. I mean, but like, I'm having a hard time believing that he was involved in this. And then also, but on the same token, it's like, how could you not know that $4.5 million are missing out of your account?
Well, when you're that rich and you've got people that take care of that for you, you don't look at that. I mean, I cannot imagine that anybody with that kind of money has any idea how much money they really have.
Well, also, I think you make a good point, Donnie, that a lot of those guys have. It's not unheard of for guys that famous and with that type of money to have business managers and people that have access to their accounts, because they have money guys. They have people for almost everything. They have personal assistants. They have financial managers. I mean, a lot of times it's not the same person, but it's I don't think it's really unheard of that they wouldn't know, because sometimes their schedules don't allow them to just do those, I guess, for lack of a better term, menial tasks. And so that day-to-day stuff, they need schedulers. They need, they need a team around them to help them with those day-to-day things.
So let me ask you.
To that point, though, I would say there's got to be a financial advisor, business guy that would have gone to him and said, what is all this money for? And why is this going out of your account? Because Ipe could have hidden it from him, but his people wouldn't have.
But that's my point right there. It's like, what happened, right? Like, I mean, did Ipe go to the financial people and say, hey, this is what Ohtani wants? Like, at some point, did Ipe go from becoming his translator to his like personal assistant that does everything else during that time period, right? Like, I mean, something like had to happen in order for Ipe to have that level of comfort and confidence, with Ohtani to allow that to happen.
Right.
I find this fascinating, and the story is not going to go away, right? Yet another blackout for Major League Baseball, right? I wonder how this is going to be. And I kind of do believe, if anything does come out, I think that baseball will kind of like sweep it under the rug kind of situation, and then not say anything about it just because they can't afford this right now.
Well, then I think that opens up another question. Like, what does that do about Pete Rose?
Oh,
Okay,
Pete
good
Rose
times,
already.
Anthony. I mean, I know they're
Well,
not
and the thing
directly
is,
related
if it
stories,
wasn't
but I mean,
yeah, if it wasn't Shohei, if it was, you know, a somewhat average, if you will, player, that it would be a whole lot different story too.
Hey guys, I
mean,
want
one,
to do a quick time out here before we continue, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information here that and this is something cool, right? Some cool news that just came down the pipe today, right? And Donnie, I didn't tell you this. I do apologize, but we at Corporate Media are partnering with Dugout Mugs. Okay, right now Dugout Mugs have their opening day triple play Doug Mug out. Right, it is $69.99, right? So, but if you guys go on dugoutmugs.com/CBM, okay, we're partnering with them, so a portion of that will go to us, right? But what they're doing is it is their dugout mug, and then you get the matching opener and coaster at the same time. So pretty cool stuff. You guys take a look at that. It is pretty cool stuff. And look at the face of Eric Prophet right now. He is not
he
shaking
cannot
off
believe this
dugout
deal.
mug. I know, he can't believe it. Look at him. He's shell shocked from this information.
He's
that we're getting
amazed
right
at how
now.
much stuff you get with this deal.
It is unbelievable.
It's amazing. Check out dugoutmugs.com/CBM. Check it out.
Don't check out the Wichita State score at all. But yeah, guys, just again, dugoutmugs.com//CBM. Okay.
and by the way, the influencer is not at a Wichita State game. He's in line to go and buy his dugout mug.
He most certainly is. He's
trying
in
to get that
line
triple play deal.
to buy that dugout mug online.
Yeah, he doesn't want to miss out on any one of the three great things you get for $69.99.
There's nobody there.
Listen, no one cares about your virtual background. We know that you're in line getting your dugout mug.
Virtual background. All right. So guys, again, I just wanted to take a quick minute. I'll announce it out, I'll mention it again at the end of the show, but dugoutmugs.com/CBM. Check it out. They have a pretty cool sale right now for opening day. I'm probably going to end up getting that Guardians one. They actually have the Guardians with the wing G on it, instead of just the boring C, as my two friends here, the Prospector and Mayor, like to tell me. So, all right. So let's get back to this Ohtani conversation here. So do we think that, one, this is going to take a little bit longer, and then two, do you think that we're going to get the full story out of this one, if it does happen to be that Ohtani did bet on sports?
To answer your questions, yes and no. It's going to take a lot longer, and that the world today is not patient. But this is a story, like we always say with a lot of these stories, you're going to have to be patient until the information comes out. I just think they're going to be guarded as to which information comes out, and so we're not going to get the full story. And then, more than likely, the worst thing that's going to happen to Shohei is a fine,
because it
I
wasn't
don't
baseball.
even see them. Yeah, because I don't see there being any kind of suspension of any sort. I'd be shocked if it was.
And first of all, Pete Rose, shut up, dude. Okay, like he came out, I was like, oh, if I was so, bro, you don't know the full story, so let's not get ahead of ourselves and start hanging people for what may or may not have happened. Okay, you admitted it, you were found guilty. Let's just, like, do I think you should still be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. Do I think you deserve a spot for a job in Major League Baseball? No, I don't. You bet on baseball. That's the ultimate Cardinals. Look at this kid out of Toronto right now for the Raptors that's going to most likely lose his job in a lifetime ban. Yeah, what's up there? What's up, Eric? Do we see something?
Yeah, foul ball.
Okay.
I don't understand. Our opening night starter for the weekend is normally Fridays, right? They moved the series up this weekend to Thursday, Friday, Saturday because of Easter. Our Thursday night starter, which is 2 days from now, is in the ninth inning. Why? Why is our starter for weekend rotation in the ninth inning when we're losing? It's not even that he's trying to get the save. I don't understand this pitching decision.
Well, how much are you guys losing by?
2.
He'd probably
the reason
he'd probably be pitching.
is because it was bases loaded, 1 out. We struck out and flew out. Put the ball in play, score a run. It's not that hard.
Apparently it is.
Yes, it is.
Maybe they're considering this like a bullpen session.
And then he just
he'd
gives
probably
up
throw bullpen tomorrow.
and then he just gives up a double off the fence. But that
Don't know if I'd start him on Friday now.
Yeah, I would
no.
start him.
Well, no, they moved it up, so he's supposed to pitch Thursday. So normally it's Friday, but I don't understand why he's out there. Thank you, Patrick.
You know what? There's nobody there. Go down and ask the coach.
He can probably hear me.
Shoot, you can probably go down and coach.
He's right there. I could probably just
go down there and say, why is he in? He's starting.
There's
Friday.
only like 5 of you in the stadium,
Listen,
right? So just be like, dude, what are you doing? You're blowing the game.
listen. Tell him you've got a lefty that can close up shop.
right.
My guy's
I
Zach.
agree with you, Zach.
My guy Zach.
Listen, I agree.
Look at my guy.
Shoeless Joe Jackson should be in the Hall of Fame, but I also believe that Pete Rose should also be in the Hall of Fame. That both of them can.
He should. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably can hear me, Phil. He probably could.
Pete Rose definitely should be in there as well.
Put me on speaker, Eric. I'll tell him, like, dude, what are you doing? You're blowing the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. So I don't see being the biggest star in the sport. I don't see how anything's really going to happen with this. Like, I think, Ed, you might have said it. If it was any, or maybe Donnie, if it was any other person, probably something major would come down, but he's the
face of baseball.
Yeah, so there's no way anything's going to happen with this. But I'm assuming you guys saw his press conference yesterday. He didn't really say anything other than, I didn't know about it. Like, okay.
Well, he read from a prepared statement, which tells you he didn't want to be questioned on it.
Not only that, and then also,
and he wants to control the narrative.
Yeah, right. But I find it very interesting that his lawyers allowed him to go out there and, vehemently deny everything, right? Like, I had no knowledge of this. He stole from me. I don't know what was going on. Like that. Like, if I've never bet on baseball or sports or anything like that. Like, if there is even a slim of information that comes out that he's like lying, that's bad. So, like, the fact that his lawyers allowed him to do that, that says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they're confident that there's not going to be anything that's going to come back on him if he's allowed to say that, I think, too.
Your brother's telling you to mute the phone, influencer.
Tell him to not worry about what I'm doing. Also, Zach, no, she's going to be asleep when I get home, so she's not going to say anything. My wife's from Stillwater, so she's a Oklahoma State cowgirl. But she won't say anything because she'll be asleep by the time I get home.
There you go. All right, boys.
Is she watching from the big screen?
Probably. She hasn't said anything tonight, so probably not.
It's okay. I think my wife is sleeping upstairs too, so she's like, I'm gonna watch probably Grey's Anatomy or something. I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. I think that's what's gonna happen. All right, so guys, let's make some picks because 3 weeks ago we were supposed to pick the AL Central and NL
Central.
But let's start with the AL Central and NL Central, and then we'll go into the other divisions, right? Because we're we start this weekend, guys. So I'm very excited for this. I want to recap really quick. We all went with, except for Donnie here, we went with Baltimore, correct, as the number one in their division. Was it, I want to say Toronto,
wrong.
Number 2, or Tampa? Okay, wrong. Baltimore, Tampa, Toronto, New York, Boston. Is that what we went with the last time?
Yeah, well, you guys.
I was going to say, I know that I picked Toronto to finish 4th.
I think Eric was with me.
Yeah, I think you and Eric went with that, and I went with the Baltimore, Tampa, and then I had the Yankees 3rd, and then I had Toronto 4th, and then Boston 5th.
Yeah, we all agreed that Boston was going to be last place here. They're not that good of a team. And then you're right, Eric and I, we could have flip-flopped the Toronto and New York Yankees. It doesn't really
I mean, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, I really appreciate your faith, your increased faith more than I have. But
well, I mean, so we'll see. I mean, the big signing of the year. I mean, he's already hurt with an ankle injury, but it's okay. We'll see how that goes. And then in the NL East, we had the Atlanta Braves, Phillies, Marlins,
the Bowling Braves.
yeah, the Marlins, and then Mets and Nationals. Correct. On that one,
I think it was consensus on that one.
It was consensus on that one for sure.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about the AL Central here, right? We have the Minnesota Twins, Kansas City Royals, Detroit Tigers, Cleveland Guardians, and the Chicago White Sox. I'll turn it to you guys, whoever wants to go first. What do we think of this division? Who's going to be in first? Just give me your lineup. Give me who do you think is going to happen in this division for the AL Central? Not everybody at once.
I'll go. Minnesota's going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland's going to finish second. Everybody's probably going to hate me, or not hate me, but not like this. I'm going to say Kansas City third, Detroit fourth, and Chicago last.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say.
All right. So
I pretty much, I think I do agree with that. I'm also kind of on the fence of the Detroit, Kansas City order. That could go either way.
Yeah, I agree.
But I would also go with Eric and pull for Kansas City to finish third, just because they're kind of my new second team as an affiliate of as the Fireflies parent club. So, but I think the Guardians actually are going to do pretty solid this year. And I just think Minnesota's the best one in the division. So
He's sucking up for not inviting you, Ed.
I know, right? He is. It's okay. I mean, I get it. Patrick, what do you think?
I would have said Guardians are going to win the division if I was doing that. Come on.
No, then I would think you definitely would have been lying for sure. Trying to suck up on that one. You
got to play it under the radar.
Right, exactly. You cannot just be going all $20,000 for a backup center. You just can't do that. I like Eric. Eric also goes with the Twins, Tigers, Guardians, Royals, White Sox on his. Patrick, give me yours.
I'll go. I'll take the Twins to win it. I think the Guardians second. I know people are going to hate me for this, but I think the Royals are going to go third. Again, people will hate me for this, but again, I think Zach makes a good point. Bobby Witt Jr. long term, Royals signed veterans. So again, people will hate me for this, but I think Royals third. The Fighting Mike Sellers fourth, and the hopeless Chicago White Sox last.
Okay, so I'm going to agree with the Minnesota Twins first. They're going to win. They're a little bit ahead of the other teams in the division for sure, right? We can all agree that this is the worst division in baseball right about now. Like, I mean, this is definitely going to be the worst division in baseball.
But I think it's an improved division, though. I really do. I think it's
for sure.
I think it's much improved from last year on paper. But
you can't get much worse than last year, though, so it has to improve.
You have to improve for sure.
I was going to say, don't say that, because then they're going to say, hold my beer, and they'll find a way to get worse.
Everybody finishes under 500.
If you can't get worse, it's like, hold my beer.
Hold on a second. Twins win the division. Royals signed several veterans and locked up Bobby Witt Jr. long term. They might be a surprise this year. Could be. I think
the Royals made some really good moves. I think that I really like some of the signings they made, and I think just the sense that they're investing is really good. Is really good for Kansas City fans, because I think Kansas City has some really great fans as well. So
I don't disagree with that. But I'll give Minnesota will go. I'm going to. I think I will pick Cleveland second, but I'm having a hard time with this. Okay, I just want you to know this as a fan, right? But here's something interesting that I found out this week was that Miles Straw, who was their starting center fielder, was sent down to AAA. He is going to begin the season in AAA, which tells me that there's a lot more competition going on in that outfield now that, like, listen, all credit to Tito. Tito was a player's coach and everything, right, manager? But I think to a fault, right? Because Miles Straw should have probably been sent down last year to get some at-bats and get some work done, because he couldn't hit worth a lick last year, right? He did get that $25 million contract. He is signed long-term, which is a good thing, but he needs to show that, we need you, and we need you to, improve. The pitching, Shane Bieber still here as a starter. He was not traded, right? Class A was not traded, which is interesting. One of the best, closers in Major League Baseball. So I think Cleveland does have some good pieces there, right? It could be a surprise team. So I'm going to put them in second. I'm going to go with Kansas City Royals in third. I really do like that signing of Bobby Witt Jr. long term. That's such a good one.
Smart investment.
Yeah, super smart. So I like what they're doing in Kansas City, and they're going to be getting a new ballpark soon. So whoop, let's go. And then Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox are a hot mess. No one thinks the Chicago White Sox can do anything. There's just too many Chiefs, not enough Indians, too many egos in that ballpark, including the owner, who's
fighting Jerry, the fighting Jerry Reinsdorfs.
Exactly. He was just waiting for just God Almighty, sweet Jesus, what's going on there? So I'll go with that. Minnesota, Cleveland, Kansas City, Detroit, Chicago.
The best thing that the White Sox have going on for them is that s'mores milkshake.
I was going to say the same thing.
That's the best thing that they have going for them.
That's true.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor.
No, that's fine. That you're definitely right. I mean, I was texting with Kelly about that earlier today. I'm like, damn, that's on point right there.
We should go to Chicago just for to watch a Cubs and
I
White
know.
Sox, right? Zach, I'll say this. Depending on how this year goes, right? If by by the All-Star game, you start seeing that Cleveland is not really showing any signs of life, then yeah, because his speed is up. He's back, he's fully rehab, he's fully, ready to go. So we'll see how he does. Like, if Cleveland is not where they're supposed to be, or at the very least fighting for a chance of that division, then I think we'll start seeing some players get traded, Class A being one of them, and then Shane Bieber the other one. So again, Eric, you're right. Eric and Eric, you're both right. Can only go up from last year. It was not a good year for the AL Central. Balance schedule sucks. I want the old division schedule back. I don't know, man. I kind of like this one. I kind of like the new scheduling, the way that it is.
Yeah.
Less of the same teams that you get to see over and over and over again. It's a little bit more balanced, and I think it hurts some of those teams.
Yeah. But it hurts in like a division like the AL East, where there's so many strong teams, and so it helps because, like, under the old schedule, like, the Blue Jays would have to play, if they had to play this version of the Orioles and the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Rays more than they already did, then they may not have made the playoffs last year. So
they don't devour themselves as much now as they did before.
Right. So they get to play all the teams, and it's a little bit more of an equal balance one. So yes, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Not Bieber. Not Justin. It was on his jersey that one year. I remember that. So
the Players Weekend or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Players. It was like not Justin. So it was pretty cool. All right, guys, let's move down to
real quick. I want to tell Phil, we'll circle back around, Phil, to the alternative identities towards the end of the show after we get through this.
Yes, because we got
some good alternative identities.
Man, I love how diplomatic the mayor is. I mean, he's always looking out for his constituents. I just love that about the mayor.
I love it, but it's true though. Like, there's some good ones this year. That's so far.
Good ones.
But also, we need to do a PSA on some teams that are doing a little too much.
Yes.
Okay. AL West. We got the Houston Astros, Texas Rangers, Seattle Mariners, Oakland Athletics, and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. God, it's a long name. Go, 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 go. Yeah, yeah, go, go. Oh, no. What are you doing? What is he doing?
Why couldn't we do this last inning?
Yeah, right? That's what I said. Okay.
Just like last week, they gave up a run and then they had to make up for it the inning after that. So.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they did.
All right.
Livingston, Josh Livingston, home run. Let's go.
I can't
So what
tell
do we
because I
see?
can't see the game, but Mr. Influencer, is Wichita State packing it in?
I want you guys to. All right, so let's go.
I'm done.
All right, so Houston won last year, the division. Then it was Texas. Then it was Seattle, the Angels, and then in the basement, the Oakland Athletics. What do we think of this division? Because this was an interesting division. And I should point out, by the way, the AL Central, Minnesota, Detroit, Cleveland, White Sox, Kansas City in last place last year in 2023. Okay. So we are seeing a little bit of flip-flop in some of those teams. Well, we're projecting, right? Some of those teams flip-flopping here for 2024. But for 2023, Houston Astros, they were gifted the division. The Rangers in second, the Los Angeles Angels, and then Oakland Athletics. What do we think that what's going to happen this year with that division?
Anybody want to jump on this one?
I'll start.
Yeah.
I think the Rangers are going to win the division. I think the Rangers are
Really?
going to win the division.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think they learned from last year.
I'm with you on that.
I think they learned from last year. I don't think Houston is as good as people think they are. I just don't see it right now. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're a dangerous team, right? You still got that power bat, and so I mean, there's still some things that could happen. But I got Texas Rangers, Houston Astros, the Mariners. Mariners are getting good, man. I'm telling you, that's a sleeper team right there that I don't think a lot of people want to play right now.
That's where I was going to go with winning the division. I thought they were. I'm thinking they're going to be the sneaky one that's going to get the division over Texas and Houston.
Could we see like the Houston Astros finishing in third place?
That's where I've got them. But go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead.
And I could definitely see those two teams flip flopping, right? Just like what I said with the Yankees and Toronto in the AL East. I mean. But definitely got Oakland finishing in last. And then I definitely got them finishing in last place. And then AL West, Astros, Mariners, Rangers, Criollos, my man. Alaska Gold Panthers, Disco Turkeys, Kent State Baseball, Angels, FML, and then Athletics. But I definitely got the Oakland Athletics, the Athletics in last place. So we'll see how this is going to turn out, right? Look, Criollos de Caguas, baby. That's my team right there, baby. I know you, Zach. What do you guys think?
Well, I'll go next because I know the mayor always has to jump in and the influencer is otherwise occupied. So
getting pissed off. Look at him. I'm just gonna leave now.
Look at him. He may be packing it in. Forget Wichita State. He may be packing it in. But anyways, I agree with you, Ed. I think that the Rangers will win it. I like they still have people in their system. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, they've got some guys that are like Wyatt Langford, I believe is his name. I mean, that kid can play. So, and they've already got Evan Carter for a full season. So I mean, that's a good lineup that they've got there. And
that's a dangerous team.
It's a very dangerous team. And
the fact that like you have the problem that you have is like, how many players do I bring up or have to stay in AAA because we have that big the depth of a team.
Sure. And like every team, it comes down to health, right? I mean, but that's a risk for every team that's out there. So I'm going just purely based on what we project to be their lineups. And I'm going to go Seattle second. I think Seattle's had a good spring. I think that I like what Eric said here. And like what you guys said earlier, that Seattle did get a lot better. Mm-hmm. And like, I think getting Mitch Haniger back is a great move. And I think he's going to slot in seamlessly. He's been in Seattle before. Plus, I just love Eric Mertens, Eric the Peanut guy. So, so I hope that they do well for him. But I'm going the Mariners. I'm going Mariners second. And it's not because I think the Astros are a bad team. I actually think they're a pretty solid team, but I think there are some questions. I think Verlander's a year older. Like, is it,
And
like
he's still
how long is that?
he's rehabbing still.
He's right, exactly. And so, like, I know he's still a good pitcher, but like, what are you going to get from him? Like, what's his availability going to be like?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to go with the name that rolls off the tongue, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and then
That sounds real smooth, right?
and then the Las Vegas Oakland A's in last.
I got you. I think I'm going to change it to, you're right. Rangers, Seattle, Houston, Angels.
I went on the
and then
fence.
Athletics.
Yeah, like we seem to have a flip flop in every division we're looking at, right? So, I just think I really like that look at that Seattle team, and I like what they've added. So,
Yeah. And then look at that. The mayor right in time to make his picks.
he couldn't stand hearing mine, so he just had to get off, and he's like, "Gosh, is he finally getting quiet?"
I didn't want you to influence my decision.
There you go. Baseball, Rangers, Astros, Seattle, Angels, Athletics. Pretty consistent, across the board. I like it. Johnny Bolin, Wichita State came into the game tonight tired from running the bases against UAB in the first annual EFA Classic.
They were blazing.
True story. True story.
There it is. All right, Mayor, talk to me. Give me your AL West.
I mean, I could see where Texas is going to win it, but I don't know. There's something in the back of my mind. I think Seattle's going to be sneaky.
Mhm.
I'm just going to go on ahead and put it out there. Seattle, Texas, Houston. I'm going to say the A's over the Angels too. I think the Angels are going to struggle this year. I don't know why, but just throw a flyer out there and see what happens.
Okay, I like it. So you got Seattle, you got Texas, you got Houston, then you got Oakland, and then the Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. The mayor's numbers in the Pacific Northwest are looking really good. All right, Eric. Right before you go, my friend, give me your projection here for the AL West.
So I got the Astros, the
Okay.
Rangers, the Mariners, then probably LA, and then Las Vegas.
Okay, so nothing changed from last year's division for you.
Yep.
You keep it the same. Okay. All right. That is very safe bet. I like it. I like it. All right. So we already took care of the National League East. Let's go ahead and move into the National League Central. And here's how they finished in 2023. First place, Milwaukee Brewers. Second place, Chicago Cubs. Then you had the Cincinnati Reds, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the St. Louis Cardinals. What are we thinking about this division? I got some interesting takes on this one. You guys are going to probably be like, huh. So what do you guys think on this division? I want to start with you, Patrick.
This for me is probably the toughest division to call because I think there's a couple of teams that could come to the fore and win it.
Mm-hmm.
And this may be a bit of a wild card pick, but I'm going to pick the Cincinnati Reds. I really like the look of that team. So I'm going to go the Reds to win it.
I should have gone first.
Me too.
I'm going for the Cubs to finish second.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewers to finish third.
Okay.
Even though I like the look of the Pirates and I think they're going to be a better team, I'm going to go Pirates fourth, and I've got the Cardinals finishing last.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm getting some scoffs from the mayor. Like, you really don't know baseball.
You know what he said? He said, "You son of a bitch! You looked at my list." That's what he's saying.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's just it could go.
I have a leak in my office.
Yeah, see, you got a bug somewhere. You better check your. Someone just bugged you, buddy.
Listen, Mr. Wise Prophet. I don't want to give away any leaks, but Mr. Wise Prophet.
Well, I will accept the nomination that Zach Beeson has bestowed upon me that I may be right about the West, AL West. But anyway, the only thing I was kind of waffling on based on what you hit, I was going to go with the Reds. I think it's going to probably be Brewers Cubs, but I could see Cubs Brewers definitely. And I'm like you.
I still thought on that too. I just thought the losing some of the starting pitching with the Brewers had kind of put them in third for me because of some of the injuries, and they don't get Woodruff back.
Don't forget losing their manager as well.
Right, they lost Counsell. And I'm sorry to interrupt, Mayor, but like when Woodruff said he's not going to come back from Tommy John surgery, and then Corbin Burns was traded to the Orioles, I'm wondering what their starting pitching is going to look like. So.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to go with what you had because I also think the Pirates probably notch it up a little bit, and I'm not sure what's going on with the Cardinals right now.
Yeah, make it 3 in a row, right? I got Cincinnati Reds. There's something about this one. I watched this team a lot more than most of the teams besides Cleveland this spring training because they did play Cleveland a lot because they do share the same facilities, right? But I got the Cincinnati Reds in first. I got Chicago in 2. I like what they're putting together in Chicago, right? I don't think they're quite there yet, but I like what they're doing there. I got the Milwaukee Brewers. Again, same situation. It was like you lost a lot of pitching, right? And then if you don't have pitching, that's going to be kind of hard for you to come back from, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how they go. The Pirates are like my National League, Cinderella team. I always like them. I can never hate the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? I mean, come on now, and then the Cardinals. Sorry guys, like they haven't done enough, and I don't know why they signed their manager to a longer, contract extension. I just don't get that.
Well, who did they even add? I mean, I'm sure they did. I just don't know.
You lost your best catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't made any splash of any kind. They haven't really done anything significant to upgrade anywhere.
No.
I don't know. They're just kind of like status quo right now.
Yeah, and last year was such a bad year for them. I mean, with that kind of franchise and the St. Louis of yesteryear, that wouldn't have been acceptable. I mean, you would have if you had a year like that, it's like, oh, we're going to go out and get like I think maybe they brought back Matt Carpenter, but who's like 40 years old now or like late 30s, and he's a shell of the player he used to be. No disrespect, but he's not the superstar that he was when he was first in St. Louis. So, or star. And I don't know. I'm not sleeping on the Pirates at all, Zach. I'm
not, man. I like what the Pirates.
Yeah. I watched them in person last year, and they were fun to watch, man. They were so fun to watch.
If Brian Reynolds stays healthy, right? Andrew McCutchen is not going to give you a full season, so I think he's the kind of player that's like you're going to have to give him some breaks here and there. It's a couple of series to just take a breather. I do like what they did in the bullpen, right? Chapman, like out of nowhere, right? Like, I mean, they signed Chapman to, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Chapman, that's just unheard of. Like you always thought it's like, okay, Cubs or like Yankees. And all of a sudden you're like, no, Pirates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and what we were saying about the Brewers pitching issues, I mean, heck, Pirates could be in position right now to grab that third spot, and
they could be,
and kind of, be waiting in case the Cubs or Cincinnati sort of just falter somehow weirdly.
You cannot win the division the first week or the first, month in baseball. You cannot win it. That's just.
I mean, and the Pirates got off to a great start last year, and then they kind of just tailed off.
They need to start consistent. They need to start again in strong.
Yeah.
In order for them to really stay up to par with with the Cincinnati Reds, the Cubs, and the Brewers. So I mean, I like what they did, this offseason. I think they've done an amazing job, like, and flying under the radar, right? Like no one is really talking about the Pirates, which I kind of like, because it's like, all right, you guys are not counting on us. Let's go. Like everybody's counting St. Louis Cardinals out. It's like everybody counting the White Sox out. It's like, yeah, no, we're not. There's nothing going on with the Cardinals this year.
Yeah. No, I mean it's definitely not like the old Dave Littlefield era of the Pirates, right? I
Mhm.
mean, or like that Cam Bonifay when they wouldn't, between those two GMs where they would never spend any money. They've locked up a couple of guys, and now I know that there's still criticism of the Pirates owner, and rightfully so. That they wish he'd spend a little bit more, but it's. I mean, I still think they've got a good young core of players that Zach has already outlined, because Zach knows everything.
Of course.
And so I really like that Pirates team, and I think they're gonna improve on last year.
Mhm.
100%. I mean, they
I think
finished the
they're gonna
year,
yeah.
76 and 86, 10 games under
Yeah.
500. I mean, I
Yeah.
could see them, going at 5 or a couple of games over 5, and
That's what I was gonna say. I could see a 10-game swing to get them
Yeah.
to 500.
yeah, absolutely, 100%. Eric, talk to me.
So I'm going to go with the same as you, Ed and Patrick, except I'm going to flip and I'm going to go with Pittsburgh and then Milwaukee.
That's a
But
fair
we'll
point.
do the same and say that the Reds, although they kind of faltered late last year, but maybe they're going to hopefully figure it out this year. Cubs, then Pirates, then Brewers, and then
The influencer just loves to keep us, waiting.
Suspense. I like it.
Suspense.
I'm with you though, Eric. I think you're right though. I mean, we could see a flop, right? A flip flop of like, when you got Cincinnati Reds and Chicago Cubs, and then that Milwaukee Brewers. That's going to be an interesting one to see throughout the year if they do stay like that, back and forth, a couple of games here and there. So those weekend series are going to be very important for them when like they're playing
Yeah.
against each other. Like they gotta win. Like you don't have to win sweep, but like I've always been a believer. It's like if it's a 3-game series, you gotta get two. You gotta get two, and if you that way you win the division.
Yeah.
Although the influencer did disappoint me a little bit, I was waiting in his analysis. Yeah, I really like the Reds because they have Spencer Steer, and he used to play in Wichita, and I have season tickets in Wichita, the Wind Surge, and then they traded him, and they have Spencer Steer. So
what about Christian Encarnacion Strand?
yeah, Christian Encarnacion Strand too played in Wichita, the Wind Surge, where I have season tickets, and so
That's right. And first, I don't know if Stadium Food Girl's still on, but I won't have opening weekend this weekend, but Wichita opens up next Friday, so I'll be there for opening next Friday.
I like it. Baseball, Benjamin, they can't sell the Guardians version. Is a choking hazard. FBI will give more info than MLB wherever will. That's right. And I'm sorry I got back to you kind of late on that one, my friend. But yeah, I agree. So guys, we have one more division here that we need to discuss. And this is the National League West. Okay. The National League West, last year, you got the Los Angeles Dodgers at first, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the San Diego Padres, the San Francisco Giants, and then, of course, in last place at 59 and 103, the Colorado Rockies. We can all agree Colorado Rockies are going to be in last place. I think that's pretty set, in stone on that one.
You could actually look at each division and probably pick the last place team quicker than anything.
100%. Yeah, Colorado Rockies didn't do anything this year.
And the sad part, well, they just locked up a core player, didn't they?
Who?
What's his name? Now I can't remember his name because he's not that much of a core player, but I can.
I was just going to say, I was like, that should tell you right there.
I don't know who he's talking about.
I'll find it because I saw it either today or yesterday.
Okay.
Ezekiel Tovar just signed their shortstop.
Okay.
Yeah, he just signed a 7-year extension.
He's probably not that good. So he's like, they're giving me 7 years.
Well, he was a Gold Glove finalist.
Okay.
The
The
problem is it's Colorado, man. It's Colorado. No one goes.
Listen, I like the Rockies. It's hard for me to pick them to be last, even though we all know they will be.
They will be in last place. That's the problem. I love the Rockies,
but I like the Rockies. I hate to pick them last.
It's great mountains, But other than that, as a baseball team, that should have been a dome. The Colorado Rockies. Stadium should have been a dome, to be honest with you. To beat Zach, here's my take on the Dodgers. I think you guys also said this a couple of weeks ago. The Dodgers are the Major League Baseball version of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, the one difference is that they've
regular
actually won a
season
championship.
winners.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but the one difference is that the Dodgers actually have won a championship.
They have won a championship, but again with an asterisk, right? I mean, that was
this
COVID.
in this
Everybody
millennium.
will say that.
In this millennium.
Right. True story.
Yeah.
And then Helton Rockies.
That's for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
the best news the Rockies had was Todd Helton getting in the Hall of Fame. That's the biggest thing they did this offseason.
And you know they're gonna melt that cow for all that is worth all year long.
That man's gonna be throwing out the first pitch at the home opener at Coors Field. Like Todd Helton's gonna be there. You just know it.
Hey,
and
Todd,
they'll bring Larry Walker. They'll bring Larry Walker for good measure.
They'll call Larry Walker and then Todd Helton. Hey guys, we need to sell this weekend. Can you guys come throw out the first pitch and sign a couple baseballs? Please.
No, they just need to bring. They need to bring back their local legend Dan O'Dowd. For the years of mediocrity that he brought to Colorado.
And he thinks he was a great thing. And Dan O'Dowd thinks he was like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Well,
no, they need to bring Vinny back. They got to get Vinny Castillo.
Dan O'Dowd is like from the Jerry DePoto school of saying what success is.
True story. All right, so do we think that there's not going to be a lot of movement in this one, or because I kind of see a couple of teams flip-flopping here, to be honest with you. The Dodgers, I still think I got them first. I don't think that, with the moves that they made this year, even with the destruction of Ohtani, but that's going to be put to the back burner for a little bit because there's going to be an investigation and not a whole lot's going to be said now, unless more things come out, right? Because we don't know that. Then you got the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I think I got the San Francisco Giants in third place. I really like what they're doing in San Francisco. Some of those moves that they made, with Snell now there as another starting pitcher, that's going to be good, man. So, and then I got the Padres dropping to fourth place. And then, of course, the Rockies.
Yeah, I was debating just for personal my brothers are big Giants fans, personal reasons putting Giants second, but I don't know if they're going to jump the Diamondbacks, but they're climbing up. I think they're going to be a solid third. Diamondbacks are still a pretty formidable team from last year. Padres, I don't know, man. They tried hard to outspin the Dodgers the last couple of years and get some guys in there, and it didn't work out. I'm with you. I think what you just said, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres, Rockies. That's what I see it happening.
Yep. Okay. Prospector.
I think it's hard to pick against the Dodgers, even though I don't want to pick them.
So do I. I don't want to.
Yeah, because I'd really like to pick the Diamondbacks to win it, if I'm honest. But because I really like that Diamondbacks team, and I think it's going to be closer than people think. I really think that this. I drive through the main streets, Wichita, Surge. They see me rolling. They hating.
We call the Rockies the miners since they're always digging lower.
Oh my word! No, so I think Dodgers and then Diamondbacks second. And I too like what the Giants have been doing, and I think that they're going to be an improved team. So I'll take them third. Who would have thought 2 years ago that with all the spending that the Padres were doing, that they were going to have an increased reliance on Fernando Tatis Jr. again? It's kind of like they've come full circle.
Yeah.
Because he's one of their cornerstones.
Show up, man.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Show up.
I said he's going to have to if they want to do anything, but.
You no longer have Soto. He's with the Yankees, right?
You don't have Snell either. Snell had a great year for them last year. That's a big loss to a division rival.
That's why I have them dropping down because of that.
Like
they lost too many key players this year, and it's just I don't think the move that they made this offseason has been enough for them to keep them or catapult them to second or third. You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't see that.
And as much as I wish there was a worst to first, those poor Rockies and their fans.
Oh man, that's hard in baseball.
Well, they just better be glad that they're in that made up mountain time zone because they're gonna need it to get through this season. So
It's hard,
okay.
man. It's hard to be a fan of a team that's like in mediocrity for that long.
But also in a made up time zone. I mean, how do you even watch them?
That too.
Are you on West Coast time? Are you Central? Or do you do East? I mean, it's a made up time zone. So how do you even watch them?
True story. True story.
Game starts
on
at
MLB?
7, and game starts at 7, and they're like, "Which time zone are we going by?"
Yeah, right. Are we going Pacific?
In the mountain time zone, when it starts at 7, you get like an hour of like blackout, kind of like the influencer screen at the moment. And you just and then which is probably an improvement on what you'd actually see on the field. But anyways, I digress.
All right, so Eric, give me your thoughts, my man.
He lives.
Well, where'd he go?
I just got home.
Oh, there he is.
I'm live.
All right, so I'll give me your lineup here for the last division, the NL West.
So I'm going to go everything you guys said, except I'm going to say Padres and then Giants, but everything else the same.
All right, so you stayed the same with last year.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Eric doing the stakeout. Colorado has legal weed. There is one thing going for the Rockies fans. They want to numb the pain. That's what it is. It's because they're numbing the pain of mediocrity. So there it is. And you can get Rocky Mountain oysters there as well. There it is. There's the highlight for that.
That takes some oysters to eat those.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. So, so that's our major league, picks for the year. I think we're, pretty much consensus across the board with a lot of the teams. A couple of, offs here and there, like the mayor thinking that the Yankees are going to win the division. I don't see that. But it's okay.
I picked Seattle too, so I'm going out on some limbs here.
I like it though, man. It's all for the content. I love it, man. Keep going.
So my question is, are the Yankees playing all their games on the road?
What do you mean?
Because you really like road teams. So like, is that why you're picking them to win the division? Because they're playing all their games on the road?
No, I'm picking them to win the division because they're the best team in the division.
Well, based on the NFL picks, you always go for the road team. So
Yankees fans,
that's football.
That's
football.
Yeah,
that's different.
I just didn't know if they were going to be in Yankee Stadium because you love your road team. So if they're winning the division, are they playing like at least?
Oh, they're winning all the roads, all the road games.
Yeah, they're going to win. They're going to win all the road series.
Yeah,
but I mean, this is a 162 game series. The season.
Well,
this isn't.
I didn't know if they were. I didn't know
17.
if they were going to forfeit some of their home games to try to go on the road so that the mayor can pick them to win because
I'm going to go with the mayor on this one. That's a lot of games to win on the road. So I'm going to go with the mayor on this one. All right. So guys, right before it's 10:20, almost 10:20 here. So we got to start wrapping up. But I want to talk about and we promised Phil that we were going to do this. Minor League Baseball. We got some teams that released some good alternate identities. Right.
There were alternate identities released this week.
No, just one or two. So let me ask you guys, out of all of the ones that you guys have seen, which one was your favorite ones that really caught your eye? Donnie, Yankees can't even beat the Diablos Rojos de Mexico.
And that was a road game.
No, yeah, it's true.
Touche.
There it is. Which one? Oh, Benjamin Baseball, the Chattanooga Records. That was a good one. Which ones did you guys like? What was your favorite one? I know which one I like, right? The Buffalo Bisons. That one hit home, right? With the luces, and I got it tattooed right there. You know what I mean? So, I got that logo right there, and it was right there. So I was like, yeah, done. I'm in. You know what I mean? So I'm working to get the designer on the podcast. So that should be interesting. Should be good for me to get that one. But what was your favorite, Eric, on the ones that they came out?
So I know this one wasn't super recent, but for my Copa, I like the Pedros Bomberos from Peoria.
That's a good one.
My favorite alternate identity that was not Copa, of course, is the Wichita Chili Buns.
Chili buns. When I go visit, I gotta try a chili bun.
Yeah, when are you coming? I should probably get that on my calendar.
Yeah, we should probably get working on that, actually. All right, Mayor, what was your favorite, my friend?
I got to go with the grits. I mean, the Carolina grits from the Columbia Fireflies. That hit home right there. I love that one.
I love grits. Grits are so good.
Oh man, they are so good. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I thought the Chattanooga Wreckers coming out today was pretty good, and I like the beach. Was it the beach
Beach chickens.
Oh,
beach chickens? Yeah, that was pretty good right there. That was a nice one from Biloxi. I think that was pretty cool.
Biloxi had a good one. I really enjoyed that.
I mean,
one.
Biloxi had two cool ones. I mean, the king cakes and the beach chickens. They hit a home run with that one, or with both of them. Yeah.
I like that one. I like the and I know who put it here. Virgil puts it the hype hens. That one was a good one. I enjoy that one. I called it earlier, right? I was like, hey, I bet you they do a chicken theme.
Yeah.
Well, you actually said Charlotte, but yeah, well,
Did
I know
I say Charlotte?
You did say Charlotte, but yeah.
But yeah, it was like chicken theme. I was like, there it is.
Because
Boom,
I was
done.
like, oh, I didn't know Charlotte was coming out.
No,
with
it
something
wasn't
new.
Charlotte.
neither did I. I started looking. I went
It
looking
wasn't
after
Charlotte.
that. I went looking and I was like, wait, did the Knights say something and I missed it?
No, it wasn't Charlotte. It was the one you were talking about. It's like, I bet you it was, chicken.
Wichita.
Yeah.
I mean, Winston-Salem.
So it was
but
North Carolina.
But as far as updated existing identities, I'm with Eric Lichtenberg. The hippies out of Asheville.
Dude, that's a good one.
Dude,
I love that new one right there, man. That's awesome.
That's a huge improvement too.
Very, very much so. I really love that one.
Yeah, so that was a good one. Let me see. There was one that I was trying to figure out.
And I do like, although I get it, but I don't. But to Virgil, the hype hens that Winston-Salem released, I commented. I don't know if y'all saw that. I commented on their release of that because hype hens sounds like hyphens, and why they didn't have a hyphen in hype hens didn't make sense to me.
So an update on that.
Minor League Promos was like, he didn't even catch that.
Yeah, and an update on that. I think the mayor might be an influencer because if you look on the Winston-Salem Dash store website now, they do have a hyphen in between hype hens now.
Oh no,
they do.
Really?
They do. So you need to take that out and say, glad I could help you with some sales because it is an ode to, I didn't even catch that either. Like when they said hype hens, I was like, I just think it's a cool logo until I saw that you said that. I was like, I didn't even catch that. So
no, I didn't even think about it.
So credit to you because I did not catch that even for a second. And
I thought that's why they went with hype hens because I thought hype hens, that sounds weird. And then I thought, well, it sounds like hyphens. And they had this whole punctuation theme going.
They do actually have it. Look at that. The Winston-Salem hype hens that put hype dash hens.
That's exactly why they did it because it is an ode to Winston-Salem because there is the hyphen in the name. So that's exactly why they did
like
it.
that hat though. So, that hat is nice though.
That hat is fine.
If anybody connected to the Dash is listening, I deserve a free hat like Lynn. So
there you go. You do. We'll make sure that we let them know.
Exactly.
And then I see there was another one, the Kenosha Kickers. We had a little fun with Patrick on that one. And then I think that for the most part, a lot of them have been pretty good as far as I'll say this one. The Copa that I was kind of disappointed in, the Congueros to Syracuse, not a fan. I'm sorry.
All they did was like take it down to one from the multiple, and it's like,
didn't they? And
it looks like a clown.
Yeah,
and it made it a character.
Yeah, it looks like a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to Paul on this, and I was like, I say that. Listen, I know they're doing like a Hispanic because it's red, white, and for Puerto Rico and all that, and I'm like, I'm not a fan. And now, no, I don't like this one.
Well, so how does that compare to the Quesos de Frisco?
Oh,
which
Quesos
one is
still number one. Still Quesos is number one. Sorry, Val.
So as I say, man, Stadium Food Girl's on here. She's
I know
she's gonna get on me on that one for real.
So another one that I kind of like personally, I don't quite understand it yet, and maybe Ed, you can maybe explain it to me. I really like the new look from Copa for the Corpus Christi hooks. I just like the purple hat, and I kind of like. I mean, I probably don't understand or appreciate the significance of it, but I really like the way it looks. It's very. I don't know. It's a funky look, and I like it.
Have they released what the name is though?
They have
Or is it
not.
just
It's
the
just Copa
yeah, it's
2024. So it's the
yeah, and
Copa
it's
to
just
be. It's the Copa to be named later.
because it looks basically like Sugar Skull eyes,
It does.
Yeah.
That's what I was
but that's
thinking.
about it.
But I kind of like it.
I love the look of it. Yeah.
I said it kind of has that vibe of what West Michigan, what the Whitecaps did last year.
Yeah.
Like it's like the face
Yeah.
of like it's almost like they're El Dia de los Muertos look, but it's but it's their Copa. I don't know. So
It actually, you know who it would have been a better Copa identity for is the Lookouts. If the Chattanooga Lookouts had done that with just the eyes, the Sugar Skull eyes, that would have been an awesome fit to
I can see that.
their
I
portfolio.
don't see anything on the stores or anything like that.
Here.
So
Well, you can't even see it.
no,
Here.
there's no names or no. I know which one it is, but like there's no names or anything like that right
That's
now.
why I keep calling it the Copa to be named later.
Yeah, the Midland Amigos is such a good one. I am really liking that white hat with that with the different color brim for the Amigos. Man, that's a solid one.
Which one?
For Midland.
Oh, the Amigos.
Yeah, Midland, the Rockhounds. Whoo, Amigos the Midland.
No, do you like that better than Mata Moscas?
Kind of do.
Okay. See, I prefer the Mata Moscas to the Amigos, if I'm honest.
I like the Amigos.
Yeah.
I like the Amigos.
Yeah, I like the Amigos too. But I don't know. I liked that Mata Moscas. I don't know why.
No, there's nothing wrong with the Mata
At least 3 of us should get the Amigos hat.
Oh. Oh.
Man, that fell flat. That was my attempt at a Prospector dad joke. Come on.
I thought maybe you were just trying to leave me out because I said I preferred the Mata
Moscas.
No,
for the 3 Amigos.
I leaned in. I said it like you would say it. I'm like, man.
It took me a minute.
The Lake Elsinore Storm, the Cadejos. You're talking about Virgil. Is that the one you're talking about? That one is a cool one. So there's some cool ones, man. We'll see what comes out. Again, I'm not a big fan of some of these copas. Like Rocas Azules de Wilmington, the Blue Rocks. Okay, you just want
you might as well say Los Lakers or Los.
Right, exactly. Los Dodgers.
Yeah, Los Doyores.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, okay, we're good. So we'll see.
Dodgers. There we go.
So those are some good ones. You guys will see me buying that Lucis. I'm getting that one like it's no tomorrow. That's a beautiful one. I had already seen the Coquis one a while back. I knew that one was coming. So I can't say no. I mean, that's another one, right? Coquis. I mean, another one right there. So
wait, you had advanced notice on that one?
A little.
Oh, man. So someone to somebody, rising creator.
No, again, the Quesos is not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put Quesos first, and then I'll put the other one what was it? The other one that we were talking about that was not good. Oh my god,
Syracuse.
Yeah, the Congueros. Yeah.
So what about our problem child that keeps releasing too many, like once a week?
So yeah, that's
I know you wanted to get to that too.
This is my issue with them. I'm with you. I'm with releasing a couple of alternate identities. Like let's do a max, right? Like I think there should be a max at this point, because they just keep releasing and releasing and releasing and releasing. I'm like, bro, I'm done.
And they're doing like a 1-day identity, like one game. Like, come on.
I'm not. Listen, I love those guys. I love them. I think they're awesome. I need you guys to chill out for a little bit. Let's just chill out. You know what I mean? I know you guys want to stay relevant, and I get that. But we're getting relevant for the wrong reasons now.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this: it sells for them. So
it does. And the thing is, it's like they're trying to do they're trying to go through after a lot of different markets. They're trying to do some nationwide releases. They're trying to do their hyper local stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're just trying to do something that's like, where did that come from? Like the cats. I mean, for one game, for the cat game, like that's crazy.
I'm not a cat person, so I was like, that was like, I'm out. We out on that one. Newport Goals of the NECBL just opened the online store. Okay, got to take a look at that.
Yeah, they got some cool looking stuff too.
I love the Newport Goals.
I love their logo. It's amazing. I just wish they had a Dad Hat so I can buy one. I want to support. That's a cool logo. So old school, man. So we might see one. We'll see. I know they have some snapbacks. I know that. So, all right.
Yeah. And then you got what Brett mentioned, the Rochester plates. I mean,
I like the Rochester plates.
I guess that's that's along the lines of the bean supper.
That's hyper local,
hyper local thing.
It is, but I can appreciate that. Like, just my opinion. Just my opinion.
No, I get it. Like I'm not buying one a hat for that though. I'll be honest. Like I'm not doing it just because it doesn't. I don't have any any attachment to like the plate.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
Like the bean suppas. You know what I mean? Cool logo. I have nothing. You know what I mean for that. What do you think?
It doesn't resonate with me.
No.
When we were in Portland last year on Propapalooza Junior, they were playing as the main bean suppa. So we had the actual bean suppa. Didn't get a hat, but I did have the actual food just to try it.
Mm-hmm.
With the brown bread. How was it? The canned brown bread.
It was okay. Just beans, red snappers, and brown bread. It was fine. It wasn't anything exciting.
See what I'm saying? Like it's very.
It wasn't identity worthy.
I mean, maybe for that community, maybe,
right.
But for everybody else, it's just
apparently it wasn't good enough to be influenced.
That's right.
Well, it's no cinnamon bun on a cup of chili, so
yeah, no, I'm telling you, you can't get that anywhere else. Runs.
Did you see that from the Runs?
Yeah,
I sure did.
I did see that. A good local work everywhere. The Peoria Orange Barrels, but here's the thing: Peoria Orange Barrels did that. Akron did their own version, and then also Charlotte did their own version. So that's why I think it worked nationally because a lot of people did it.
Yeah. Well, and everybody experiences road construction messes, so it's kind of like it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I have one.
I got the Charlton.
Yeah, and the funny thing about the traffic cones is that was released on 47's website before it was released anywhere, and everyone was like, and everyone was like, I see this thing from the Charlotte Knights, but what team is this? And then it was like 2 years before they ever even released the identity, and it was like, what is this about? Because I saw it and I was like, I know a lot of the alternate logos, but I don't know what this one is. And so then I reached out and it was kind of like, well, that's not supposed to be released yet. And I'm like, well, 47 got a hold of it. So, so sorry, but it was like there for like a year before you guys released the actual identity.
Kind of like a road construction project. It just kept going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you finally find out what they're doing.
Well, it's like one of those things that goes on for 7 years and it's like, oh, you're finally done.
Oh, now this interchange makes sense.
Right.
Just in time for them to start another intersection updates.
Oh, by the way, you guys like this one? Yeah, we're going to do another interchange. That they're doing that same thing here in the Raleigh area. There's just construction everywhere.
Well, you need the infrastructure. They have to get the infrastructure for a rising creator.
540 here is no joke, man. That thing is like it's a hot mess.
Well, listen, you're the first of a lot of rising creators that are relocating to that area, and they need the infrastructure.
I mean, it's what we do around here, baby. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's what we do around here.
You've given them hope. You've given them hope. It's right on your hoodie.
There it is. I'm giving them hope. Peace out. All right, guys, we are here at we've been an hour and a half already. Guys, thank you guys for in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. Eric, what you got going on this week, my friend?
Well, I may not have anything if tomorrow if somebody doesn't text me back, but the guy that's above me right now, we got the Prospector on Earn Fun Average tomorrow with Johnny and I. We do a little bit of Earn Fun Average trivia. You'll have to tune in tomorrow to see how he does. But yeah, we have Patrick Larson, the Prospector, on with us tomorrow.
And you'll be getting something from me when we get off of this this chat.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh, no, I deserve it. It's well earned. I'm very below average, as we all know. So.
That's right.
Pay the man.
Slightly less than below average.
Pay the man. Pay the man. Prospector, what you got going on, my friend?
So this week, and I'm not going to tell you why, but this episode this week is a little unique for a reason, and I want to know if people can figure out what it is. We're going to Watertown, New York this week for the Watertown Rapids.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep, that's the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League for those that don't know. So, but there's a little bit more to Watertown's baseball history than you might think. So, that's going to drop tomorrow morning, and and if you can figure out what the what the unique thing is, let me know.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Ed's pretending to be interested. He goes, Watertown Rapids. Okay, next.
No, I think their logo, they need to talk to West Michigan. West Michigan's probably going to give them a call on their logo.
What you mean from their old logo?
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. Watertown, New York, Watertown Rapids on MILB History Series this week. So
I love it. You guys should wait for that one. Mayor, where are you, my friend?
Back in Ohio, another week up here. I'm hoping after this week, at least work wise, I'm gonna probably have a break of maybe 3.5 weeks before I've got to come back. So congratulations on your big win and your big victory in the polls, last week, Mr. Mayor. I know it's a big victory, so congratulations. Thank you. So yeah, I'm just looking to get back home on Saturday for Easter weekend, and then
and baseball.
Start some baseball.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, he's got another one. How did you get the confetti?
Hey.
What in the world? Congratulations. I don't like this. All right. And then lastly, last but not least, myself, Jordan Price this week of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. That was a fun conversation. You guys got to listen to part 2 because, man, that was fun. So definitely shout out to that. And we will see you guys on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Baseball had already started by then. We'll talk some of the things that Patrick below the Mendoza line. So we will see you guys next week again, 9 p.m. Eastern time, dugoutmugs.com/CBM. Okay. Again, I'll say it again, dugoutmugs.com/CBM. All right. So we're working with them. Get your stuff out there. Get ready for the Major League Baseball season. They have a great package going on. Like I already said, you get the mug, and then you also get the opener and coasters with your favorite Major League Baseball team logo on it. I am so getting the Cleveland Guardians. I'm definitely going to be getting that one for $69.99. I mean, I think that's a pretty good steal. It's usually $114, right? So we'll see how many we can sell. So we'll be announcing that more often as the week goes on, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this because these guys are gonna keep doing this. So we will see you guys next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
If I can close this right properly.
Okay. Bye.